Welcome back to UnProvoked, the podcast, where we talk about all things sent to provoke you, like the comments.
Like the comments
provoking me, and I'm falling for it. But welcome back to UnProvoked, the podcast.
Guys. Yes, welcome back. You know, we have been provoked a lot this week. Meanwhile, we just shot 2 days ago. Like what? It took you 24 hours to double test, and we're just trying to navigate through it.
Yeah, we are.
We're trying to navigate through these.
I have no idea. Like, what y'all don't understand is what's off air. Like, how we coming off air is like, we are really navigating. But happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
How was your weekend?
I worked all weekend.
So I'm asking because I pretty much was home yesterday. Like, I spent my Saturday in the house, relaxing, fighting for my life in the comments.
It's what normal people do on weekends. I'm just preparing myself, y'all.
No. No.
I don't think any of us do what normal people do.
Yeah, no. Yesterday was just like a chill day for me. Like, you know, whatever. So, did you guys have any excitement? Because I didn't.
So, what is normal?
I was talking to you all day while you was at work, basically. So, you know I wasn't doing anything.
But what do normal people do on the weekends?
I don't know. I'm not normal.
Bitch, I work. So
I don't know. Wednesday, you mean like the nights or like throughout the day? Like, I don't know. I mean, I would assume. So, a normal weekend for me would be like going to Target.
And the excitement, look at it.
I love Target so much.
I hate Target on the weekend.
Are you serious?
I can't do normal weekend things. I don't like crowds. I can't do lines. I can't do traffic.
It's because we're so used to being able to go somewhere on a Monday morning.
Okay, that makes sense.
You get me? Like
everybody in school.
Like everybody's at work. Everybody's like,
when I
got a real job and I had to go to things after work, I said,
this girl went to Walmart and was like, I can't do this, and put everything. They left the cart and spent.
Sister, because either I'm going to Walmart when they first open or when they about to close.
Or Instacart.
Because Walmart used to be 24 hours. I hate the pandemic for that.
I know.
Yeah. But, I don't have, like, traffic. I used to have a real bad problem with traffic. Like, screaming, crying, like, losing my mind. If the traffic is standing still and it's more than, like, 30 minutes, I'm losing my mind. Because why are we not moving? But then I worked in Brooklyn. I lived in the Bronx. I worked in Brooklyn. And I was in traffic every night. And then I said, Shanice, there's nothing you could do about it. Like, you're going to get mad. I literally can't do anything about it. So it taught me a little bit of patience. Because now I have no issue with traffic.
I feel like your skin is glowing right now.
Because I got the relax yesterday. This is what happens when you get the relax.
Like glowing. You look great, friend.
You look great. I love y'all. Y'all so cute.
Oh, my God.
We so cute.
Are we fangirling too?
We are. Well, thank you, friend. But yeah, so I don't really have an issue with traffic. I don't have an issue with lines. I don't have those issues.
I have a big issue
Shanice
with
got
all
them. First off, you know what type of person? You know what type of shopper she is? She goes to multiple stores.
No.
That's what I said. No. Bro, I'm not going to multiple stores to find something I can just find in one store.
No.
Okay.
Bro, she'll be
I go to different towns too.
I used to be like that before the pandemic.
She used to be like, she's like, this is cheaper in Walmart, so I'm going to go to Walmart. But I'm not going to go to the Walmart over here. I'm going to go to the Walmart over there. I'm like, Shanice, you're going to travel 20 minutes to go to a Walmart? Yep. We have one down the street.
I used to be like that.
Secaucus, North Bergen.
I completely understand it.
What?
Like, my food shopping, I would hit the farmer's market, ShopRite, and Walmart. Like, I had to. Because everything got something different for different prices.
Don't understand.
And quality.
Instacart girl here, like
because now who got time
for convenience?
Period.
No, you are really paying for convenience because she was doing a favor for somebody. Because you know Kim is like the sweetest person in the world. So somebody's like, "Oh, can you Instacart something for me?" So she's doing it or whatever, and then she goes like the shit came up to like $30-$40 with taxes and fees. That shit came up to like $50. Then it must have came up to $22 or $23 because with taxes and fees it came up to $50. They was like $50. I'm gonna go to the store, and I said I second that. But she doesn't care. She's like, "What's the big deal?" No, I'm not paying that. No,
get the money back.
Oh my God!
You saw that it was like that. Spend the check and get it right back attitude. I'm gonna leave it.
You are a drug dealer at heart.
But that's the thing.
Because my girl don't care. Convenience is big.
Things, like you don't get the time back, right? So when I could be like driving from store to store, I could be doing a million other things and having somebody do that for me.
Even if I'm not doing a million other things and I'm laying down.
And that's a million things for me. I don't feel like
and all I hear is that my groceries is at the door.
Thank you.
You can leave it right there. I'm gonna be right there.
My girl is like, sometimes I'll take I'll come upstairs and I'll have to pass her door and her little groceries sitting right outside. I said, my girl do not play. She do not go to the store. Like, no. Okay, so we kind of ran on. But that to me is a normal weekend. Like hitting 5 different stores, that's normal to me. Like, I'm an adult.
This is what
I am an adult now.
See, I gotta look forward
because I have a Costco's and a Sam's Club card. That's insane to me. I love Costco's on a Sunday. What? Sample Sunday? God, like I'm so
hilarious.
I'm like
you
I'm
can
like
get a whole
50.
meal at Costco.
You can.
Just go
I'm like 50 at heart. Like I'll look forward to going to Costco's on a Sunday.
See, I look forward to going to Costco Monday through Wednesday.
Today 10 to 11
to like 12:45.
Yo, that is
after that, I'll see you next week.
No, that's not me.
Shanice, it's something about
I'm so
people.
Every week we are really old, like so different.
I be fighting for my life outside.
Oh my god!
On the road, get out my life.
So what is a normal?
We talk about me going to get my hair done every week, right?
Yeah.
I used to get my hair done on Fridays after work. Like I said, this whole working thing is very new to me. So having a fucking hair appointment at 5:30, in the middle of rush hour, and I work an hour away. There was one time I got to my appointment an hour and 20 minutes late. I wanted to cry because I couldn't I didn't get my appointment. I was so aggravated, and she was on some I literally can't help you. Like she was
think all I could do was wash.
I was like, bro, just wash my hair. Like I'll figure the rest out. Just wash it.
Shit was crazy.
And I literally wanted to cry, but.
Just shout out to Britt on the hair because it's very much giving life.
No, this is actually Kim on the hair.
No, but you can tell that it's washed.
You can tell that it's washed.
No, I mean that.
You know, thank you, Shanice.
No, I mean, I know. Okay, so I know that
I dealt with yesterday.
No, I know about the whole debacle yesterday, but still, like whenever
debacle.
It was. Whatever happened with the whole hair thing. But even remember you said that one little piece that was going up, and I said I love that piece because your hair just looked like freshly blown out. I can always tell when Britt washes your hair.
You know, Fridays, if you watch the episode, it's Sunday. If you watch the episode today, you can see when the hair is...
Right, okay, so now y'all know what I'm saying.
When the hair looks like grease.
It's flat. It looks flat, but right now it has life. Like, it's very much giving life.
Got a little bounce to it.
Yeah, it got bounce.
Yeah. But, so, in the last episode, I talked about how normalcy is starting to get a little scary for me because it's coming. And it's coming very fast. So that's why I'm asking, like, what do people do on the weekends? Because I feel like for almost 10 years, I've been working whether I was in the bar or in a salon, I worked every weekend.
Well, you and Britt have like the same, like different. She didn't work in the bar, but yet you both worked weekends.
Yeah, like that's prime.
Well, I mean, like me and Britt met in the salon. Like we worked together in the salon, and it's the same thing. Like in the salon, you have to be there at 8 a.m. and most of the time you're leaving at 8, 9 p.m. So it's like you don't go out after because you got to be back at work at 8 a.m.
Okay, so I feel like you guys know, well, you'll know by the time you watch this, that we had the business meeting on Wednesday, and you both agreed that Britt had said, like, Sundays are now foreign to you because you was like, what do I do with my time? Because you're so used to working on the weekend. Yeah. And you still work the weekend. Like, you work 97 hours a week
in 2 days.
But right. So it's like it's still very foreign to y'all the weekend. That's how I felt about working overnights. Like once I stopped, where I worked overnights for 4 years. So once I stopped, everything was foreign to me.
Yeah.
So y'all really don't understand that I am normal. Like my shopping, like that's normal. Okay. And I feel bad for you guys because I am normal. So
you actually really do live a pretty normal life.
I do. You guys don't.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Right. I'm so
we're like
serious.
Imposters. It's really just like when Sundays got taken away from me. So I don't work on Sundays anymore because in the town that I work in, like you can't work on Sundays, like unless it's necessity. So I'm like, all right. So what do I do now? Like, what do normal people
with this time?
I went apple picking. I was like, it's fall. I guess you go apple picking, right? Me and my girl went apple picking. We got drunk.
You got drunk?
We got drunk. Because
it's just like no apples, bitch. They went to a winery.
But there's apple orchards there. But what I've learned is that like my fun or like my like going out or what normal people do is like go to happy hour after work. Because we get out late hours or things like that. You go to happy hour You want to meet up with people. You want to drink because everybody's so stressed. So it's just like, okay, an activity centered around liquor. And I was like, normal people don't do this. They're not drunk at like 11 in the morning.
Oh, but they are.
Trying to like get their life together.
That's what you think?
Oh, they are.
Somebody tell me different because I'll do it every weekend.
No, I think that is pretty normal. I think what's not normal is y'all not thinking that my life is normal. Because
I don't think your life is not normal.
I
just can't adjust to it. Like liking traffic, being okay with traffic and crowds.
Well, I'm okay with traffic because I know there's nothing I could do about it. But the crowd thing is like, I don't know, maybe that's not like, a lot of people might have that issue with being around, like anxiety being around people. But I think that y'all are so used to this weekend work, like it's foreign to y'all.
I think
even like I was telling my mom, like my mom has owned a business for 23 years. No, how old am I? She's owned this business she's been working in this business for 27 years.
23? You were stretching it.
Bitch, she called me 28 this morning.
I was about to say it again. I said, I'm not going to tell her.
I said, I'm 27.
23 was a stretch.
I don't know why I thought 23. I don't know. But anyway, she's been in the same restaurant industry for 27 years. And she's like, I can't even imagine not working a weekend.
Right. You feel unproductive. You feel like something.
That's how people feel when they retire. They don't know what to do with their time.
But that's why, like, and even watching my mom, like, the way she works, working 1 million hours a week is very normal to me because I've seen it. Yeah. So it's like, this is all I've seen my entire life. So it's normal for me to go from one job to the next job to, like, and not be tired. And meanwhile, my mom doesn't take naps. So it's just normal. Like, I just seen her be ripping and running, and I normalized it. But then it's like, it wasn't until I met Shanice, and she was like, Kim, you don't have any peace. Like, you don't have peace. Like, you don't sit in your house. Like, you have no peace. And I'm like,
so girl, you're going to crash out.
Yeah, and I was like,
you was living fast. That's what I told you.
I'm like, I don't. I'm like, I feel like I'm peaceful. But then I like really had to sit back, and I'm like, I don't know myself. I don't have time with myself. I don't know myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what peace is. Like, I never thought I could just like lay down and just be like, wow, this is.
Your life to me looked like one of those movies when like you have like a girl who moves to the city and she's living fast and she'll run in the house. She'll like take off her shirt, take off her pants, switch it, grab a bagel, run out the door. Like, that's how your life looked on the outside looking at me.
That was literally me this morning. Yeah. Literally, I came in, I got up, I had an appointment, went to my appointment, ran in the house, switched clothes, like, you know, brushed my hair, and I was like on the road here. And it's like, once I leave here, I got to do this, that, and the third. Like, that, but that's normal to me. Like, even though I'm not working today, being in that space or like moving that fast is normal to me. So in my head, I'm like, all right, we got to get all of this done and just focus and do it.
I miss that life. I do. I miss the fast life.
Yeah.
I do. I miss it because it's like I'm a person that moves off. I procrastinate, so I do everything in like the blink of like a New York minute for real. So now, like, not to talk about being a mom again, but real quick, it's like now that I'm a mom, I have to like slow. Everything has to be. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we can
miss that fast life.
That was.
I wish I could get a taste of it.
Like, I was gonna say, we can piggyback off of kind of like what we said, because it was like that was like our ending. And I know, because we were saying it again yesterday, like, you know, just re-talking about it, that, like, we're both going through, like, these big changes, like, your change in, like, being a mom and, like, dealing with life, and then, like, my change of, like, just trying to be normal.
Well, let's get into it, because that's where we left off.
Right.
Yeah.
It was about you.
Yeah, so, okay, well, I have terrible memory, so I'm just going to go a little bit off of what happened. So Wednesday we went to the meeting. We had a business meeting. It was great. We had a good time, but we ended up at a sex store, not a shop. We went to like
it was a store. Yes, it was
a store. Okay, yes, it was very classy. So like the midst of the conversation all the last week was like, oh, we had the business meeting and we went to the sex shop, but we forgot, like, we had a really deep conversation at the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
So Britt and I like were not confused, but like Kim had come to a realization that she was living in imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't go after
bartending and coming into the real normal world.
Yeah, like you can just tell them a little bit of explain it a little bit to them so they kind of understand. Because when you said it to us, it was like, oh damn, like that's a real thing, and it's not just you. Like, it's like a whole community. Y'all.
You want me to say what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm like, yeah. Please help me, somebody.
Let me speak, Kim. How it was explained is that the fast life and the nightlife that she's in or used to is like its own little world. Like, it's his own little community inside of the bigger world where, like, me and Shanice would reside. Right? So how they're used to maneuvering, even when it comes to, like, dating or even anything, is very different because you have the bartenders or, like, the girls that look at certain things in one way, and then you have the guys in that world, which are usually, like, dudes that like to be outside and things like that, look at things another way, very different from how Shanice and I would look at things because we're not in that lifestyle. So she was basically saying how, like, stepping out of that world that she's been in so long and being in the real world is hard because she doesn't know much of what it's like over here. Like, she thrived over there, but clearly, she know, like, she got to change.
I was going to say, like, that is true. That I feel like our world is, and it sounds so weird when you say it, but it's like our world is very different. Like how she said, it's very fast. So everything we do is very fast. Like, I openly admitted that, like, my dating is completely opposite of how dating should, like, what dating looks like. But then I never found it to be an issue until now because it was so normal. Like, me, the way we date, like, the way I date is the way everybody around me dated as well. Like, you meet somebody and, like, yeah, we go together. Like, you basically, like, just, like, snatch them up and it's like, yeah, that's mine. Thank you.
The more you say it, the more it makes sense to me, especially knowing a lot of girls, like, women in general. And it's just, like, it makes crazy sense.
I look at it like the industry, though.
Yeah.
Like, almost like being, like, in the industry or being an artist or, you know, in that world. I mean, that's how it looks.
And technically, like, if you think about it, who do artists date?
Yeah.
Each other.
Not even each other. But like, a lot of artists go for bartender or, like,
no, but, like, I'm in the industry, though, like, what we see and what they dealing with is completely different. We don't know the ins and outs. Like, if you speak to somebody, like, of course, we all probably, you speak to somebody in the industry, you like, oh, such and such did that. You like, what? That's normal to them. So that's kind of how your life is in a fast life. Like, but to us, it's
even,
like foreign.
I was, like, after our conversation on Wednesday, I talked to one of, like, my guy friends who's also in, like, the same life. Like, obviously, he's not a bartender, but he's outside. So all the girls he dates are the same. They're bartenders, they're bottle girls, whatever you are. And he was like, yeah, but that's normal for us. And he was like, it's normal for us. He was like, everything you're saying, he was like, it's normal for us. Because I was like, you know, like, for us, it's like, if something happens, we back outside. Like nothing ever happened. Like, we're just back outside. Like, and you then go to the next situation. You go to the next club. You go to the next thing. Like, it's just so fast. And he was like, yeah, but that's normal for us. He's like, but what are we supposed to do? And I'm like, bro, but that's the problem. What we see to be normal isn't normal. Like, it's not a normal life. Like, what we're living is not normal. And now it's kind of where I'm struggling is, like, realizing that I have all these like, I got into a life at 19. My brain wasn't even fully developed. Like, my brain wasn't fully developed. So everything I saw, it's like, even my perception of beauty is tainted because of what I was around. Like, fillers, getting lipo, all these things, getting your teeth done. It's like, this is what's considered beautiful. And, like, there's certain places they don't want to even hire you if you don't look a certain way. So what do? You conform to what is beautiful in our life. And I had to, you know, how old was I? 24. It's crazy to think about that it was that long ago. 24, 25.
Right, 'cause you're 27 now.
Yeah, 24. I got lipo. And you know, because you were around me, I went through the worst depression of my life. Like, I was, like, in so much pain when I got home. And financially and mentally, it takes a toll on you. And I'm like, I did all of this to conform to somebody's version of what beautiful is. Like, it wasn't even for me. I thought it was for me, but it's not for me. Like, it's just what I thought was beautiful because everybody around me is doing it. And I'm like, And to now my cousins, like, we're all raised in the same family, and they're like, you're doing what? Like, you're going to get your, what? Like, it was absurd. Like, the most craziest thing I've ever said in my entire life. Like, you're going to do what? And versus me telling my friends, they're like, oh, for real? What doctor are you going to?
Right. Right. That's wild.
And, like, how much you paying for it? Like, oh, you're going to pay that much? Girl, you can go here and get it for, like, you can get all that for cheaper. Yeah. And so it's like, it was just normal.
Hey, Mom. Because, that, like, with that comparison, especially with the cousins and the friends, it was very clear that it was, like, it's two different worlds. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how you, like, can jump back and forth. And, like, I would be fucked up. Mm-hmm. Because, like, I would be so confused. It's literally, no, because it's just, like, on one end.
And in that time, when I did go through lipo, I just got into a brand new relationship. So I was entering, like, normal, like, somewhat being normal, because he was a normal guy. Yeah. He lived a normal life. Yeah. And what I was, like, around was so, like, what? Like, to him, it was also the same. Like, you're going to do what? Like, why are you doing that? Like, what is wrong with you? And I used to be like, what are you talking? Like, you're just a hater. Like, you're a hater. Like, why is this that? Like, this is what I want to do because I want to feel better. But then it was like, realistically, he was right. It's like, what are you really doing this for? You're doing this to look a certain way for what life you're trying to be in. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, but I was in a relationship, so it's not like I got my body done and then I went to, like, you know, the clubs that I was supposed to work at. I had to tone it down. So it was like, yeah, I got the lipo, but now I'm still working at, like, these places because I don't want to hurt him. Yeah. So it's like, I'm trying to be normal, but then it's like, this is what I was doing.
One foot in, one foot out. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Knowing all of that, right? Mm-hmm. What do you want your normal life to look like?
That's a really hard question.
Deep. Very deep.
Know it.
That's a really hard question. I mean, I can't see myself working a 9 to 5, like, for the rest of my life. I feel like the job I'm in now has so much growth, like, because we make as much as we do, as fast as we do. It's kind of like the same. I could never see myself getting out of bartending, making a certain amount of money, and going and getting a salary. I can't see it. Like, the ability to control what I make, I'm a numbers person, and I strive in, like, difficult areas. Yeah. Because it's like, that's where I feel like I do my best in. Yeah. And it's almost like motivation for me. So I feel like with where I'm at now, I feel like I would invest in a lot of other businesses. Like, I have a lot of goals and what I want to do as far as business-wise. But, like, life, it's, like, so hard. Like, I don't know. And that's what I think is, like, even yesterday, I was, like, working, and I was like, if I was home, what would I be doing? Like, what am I going to do when I'm not doing this?
I think it's hard for her because she refers back to it all the time. Like, she like, everything in her normal life goes back to her nightlife. She compares everything to her nightlife.
Even yesterday, I was thinking about it, right? Because dating has never been an issue for me because I meet so many people on a daily basis. Like, when I try to be, like, normal and get on an app, I'm like, this is fucking weird. I'm like, this is...
Apps are not normal, okay? And
I'm like, we'll get into it. Fucking weird. I'm like...
into that.
Yeah,
we'll get into it, for real.
I'm like, this is weird. Like, I just... A part of me felt like, am I desperate because I'm on this? Like, does that mean I don't meet
Some people think it's normal.
Yeah.
It's the current thing to do. Yeah. Like, it's a new tool.
Right. So it was like, I was trying to date with intention at that point. Mm-hmm. But yesterday, when I was at the bar, and I'm like, I can literally meet people in 5 seconds.
What I tell you all the time? I say, listen, relationships don't work for me. I'm going to sit at the bar. Not at a regular, but I'm going to sit at Roof Chris. I'm going to sit my ass there.
Like how all the girls
you're going to meet people.
Come on, because I got the list. I got the list.
Off air. Off air.
We outside.
Please.
talk about it.
We will, because no, for real. So it's easy.
And we gonna
but why do you feel like you like? Wait, so are you saying like the app is like? I don't understand the app thing because you know that you can meet people outside.
No. I know, but like I said, so everybody like I hear all these like stories about like, oh, where'd y'all meet? Oh, we met on Hinge, or oh, we all met on Tinder. Like you know, like so.
My dream man is not on Hinge.
So see, you don't know that.
Oh no,
you don't know that.
It's not on Hinge.
I have friends that have gotten married, started families, and they met people on dating apps. And
mine's gonna be on sugardaddy.com.
Oh.
Sponsorship.
This one don't work.
They have, and they are in successful relationships. I have others that have,
but again, it goes back to what I said. You're dating with intention. You're on an app. I mean, not all people, but you're on the app looking
definitely
for
not all people.
right. Because when I was on the app, I said, the nerve of something gotta be up here. No, you got a girlfriend.
Right.
You got a girlfriend and you're on the app is crazy.
That's Keisha Man.
Oh my god! I said,
we was on FaceTime. We was in person.
In person, bitch. I almost threw my phone across the room.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's humiliating. That is humiliating.
Terrible.
If I saw it.
It's not a DM. You
imagine how many saw it. Imagine how many people saw it.
Hello.
It ain't no way none of her friends are on Hinge.
Hello.
That shit is embarrassing. Like,
and it's not like you can control who sees you. Like, block them.
No.
That was crazy.
But I don't feel apps are a bad thing. But I have learned they are not my thing.
Okay, I'll say that.
Okay,
based off of how I like to date and what I look for.
I don't think my man is on a date.
Yeah, like I don't.
Probably
it's for me very hard for me because it's like it's almost like speed dating because it's like you're talking to so many of us at
like,
one time.
Nope, like whoa, like ill.
I feel like my man ain't gonna have time to be on a dating app.
Right.
I just don't feel like anybody for me doesn't have time.
Don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. Everything.
But you know why I say that though? Because I don't even like to date men with social media. I don't date men who like who are on social media already. Like when I meet, like I don't know, I kind of just what you attract. A lot of guys that I date do not have Instagram. They don't have Facebook. Like they're not into it. They just, you know what I'm saying. So
I judge you based off your social media.
I don't.
Heavy.
But a lot of, I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of them already.
Heavy. First of all, when I'm dating somebody and I see them in every single person's likes, immediately.
See, I don't look for that.
No, hold on. But when I mean, she just want to cuddle with me, and she knows I love it.
I want to throw up.
Look at where the feet is at, though.
Regular. This is regular.
Throw up.
And what I mean, like looking, like liking everybody's pictures. I mean, like
if you're scrolling and you see his name, and then you scroll again, you see his name. That's
wild
crazy.
Yo,
trophies.
I'm on the explore page. I'm like, oh, this fit, because us as women, I glorify fire women.
Me
you
too.
Fire and you can dress. I'll follow you immediately.
Yo. It got to a point, like I did date somebody with a social media. I had to stop liking girls. Like, oh, she looks mad cute. He went her DM. Like, this is embarrassing. Yo, I'm like, yo, I think every girl's ugly now. Like, I don't like the way you dress. Like, because these guys are in every girl's comments, DMs. Like, they trying.
And I'm like,
yeah. And I'm like, oh, she's so cute. Yeah, me and her DM.
I don't know who I followed in. Because when I when I go on somebody's Instagram, it's one of those things like, what are you posting? What do you find that's funny? Mm-hmm. Things like that. I will get it just off your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Period. I don't even got to see who you following. Because your content alone, I'm like...
yeah. But I'm good. So yesterday, that was when me and you were texting, I was like literally at the bar or whatever, and I'm like, what? I'm like, it's in seconds. People are coming in seconds, and I can meet somebody at any given second. And I'm like, I have met people like this my entire life.
Right.
What am I going to do? The only person that I dated that I didn't meet in a bar or a club was my ex, and I met him through, like, my guy best friend.
You know what it sounds like to me? Like, in that world, Kim is a shark amongst guppies.
Yeah.
But when she comes to, like, the normal world, she's I don't want to even say a guppy, but she's just like a regular fish.
Yeah.
Regular fish.
Oh my god.
And it's just like how you go from being a fucking shark to just a regular fish, like Dory, Finding Nemo, whatever.
Yeah, that's
analogy. Fucking scary.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And I'm definitely a shark when it comes to this.
I know. I know. I see you in action. Yeah. I know how I go.
Even like I was talking to my therapist or whatever, and I said something, and she was like, "You have been trained to be on your toes when it comes to responses." She's like, the way you're able to like talk, like she's like, not for nothing, it's a skill that bartenders have to have. You can't have no communication or like no like. She's like, no like what is the word she used? She was like, you have like this sense of like they want to know more because
Intrigue.
You're like very intriguing because it's like you flirt a little bit but you can't get too close. So it's like that's intriguing for them. I don't know how to turn it off sometimes.
Right, because it works so well for you.
I'm like, I don't know how to turn it off.
I get it. Like, I completely get it. It's like having one of those things like knowing like if all else fails, I have this. I have this thing.
And that's what I feel like I'm struggling with because it's like in this season, it's like how Brittany said, it's like your faith has to be so much larger than your fear because it's like I fear every day that this isn't going to work and I have to go back. And that part is going to make me feel like I failed.
Yeah.
Like I failed and it's like I've been told for so long that it's like you're not smart and you're just a look and you're just this and you're just that. And like my ex used to like tell me all the time, like you're going to be nothing but a bartender. And that used to put a battery in my back. But then it's like that fear of like, but what if they're right? It scares me every day.
But that's what's driving.
What we said, we talked about at the meeting, I was like, at this phase in my life, I'm starting to understand what mind over matter means. Mm-hmm. And before, it was just like something that people would throw out or whatever, but like literally what you put in your mind and what you believe in your head is stronger than what the situation or the matter actually is. Mm-hmm. And that's where it was just like, I had to make a decision a long time ago, like I need to switch my perspective because if I start thinking differently, I'm going to show up in everything else completely different. And that's why certain things I just don't even let penetrate me or I don't pay attention to or whatever. Because once some shit is in your head, it's a domino effect. Mm-hmm. Everything else kind of falls apart. Mm-hmm. So I was telling Kim, I was like, bro, like you have to start to get in the mindset of like, it is my mind and what's in my head over the actual
reality. Yeah. And it's like, we know that to be true because it's like, you know, all of us, we talk about like manifestation and like things like that, which is literally telling us is mind over matter. And like, even when I was talking to my therapist about something, she was like, whenever you get triggered by something, ask yourself, how do you want your future self, the person that you want to be, how would she respond? Versus who you are today. You need to think about who I want to be, how would that girl respond?
Right.
How would that girl handle this situation?
Right.
And when you start to put things into perspective like that, it's like, the girl that I want to be would never deal with this.
Period.
Like, would never deal with certain things. And, like, being in the life that I'm in, I definitely can say, like, you know, because I date men that are also in the life that I'm in. And it's like, I don't want this. Like, I don't want this. Like, this is never going to be normal. What are we going to do? Have a kid and I'm worried about you going to the afties?
Yeah.
Growth.
But that's the truth, though. Like, once you actually visualize or have an idea of the woman you're fantasizing to be, mm-hmm. you have to start you have to, like, start walking towards that. Mm-hmm. Like, if that's at the wall, you have to make steps to walk towards that. Everything you do on a day-to-day basis gets you closer to what you actually want. So, like, when we want a car or we want clothes or a bag or something, we save. We do the things that we got to do
Extra
to
hours.
get to that. Yeah, you do what you got to do to get to that thing.
Yeah.
You literally have to treat yourself the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the girl in the mirror that I see want a certain type of man, and he not going to deal with this, and I want a certain type of job, and I want to be able to do certain types of things. So how am I setting myself up every day to get to that or as close to that as possible? And that's why, y'all, like, I be so stingy with my time and myself.
A word.
I see that girl. And, like, on a day-to-day basis, I see myself developing more and more and more into her. And it's just like, I'm liking how this feels. I like
felt
how this
that.
So it's like I don't got time to be doing certain things or engaging in certain things because it's like now she's like I can almost touch her. I'm almost there. Like I'm closer than where I was like a year ago, 6 months ago. So I'm gonna stay on this way.
But it's even like my transition now. It's like in my work, I'm in a male dominated industry.
That's even better.
Yeah, and I feel that way too.
And
power.
I have in bartending, my looks was an advantage.
Yeah.
And like granted, it's always gonna be an advantage in some way, but now it's like the way I have to talk and go about things is like who I want to show up as. That flirtatious or like how I was intriguing. Yeah. I can't be intriguing anymore. Yeah. I have to be straightforward.
You got to stand
and I have to stand my ground and I have to demand a certain respect because it's like you're not listening to me because of how I look. Yep. You're automatically checking me off to be dumb and pretty. Yeah. Like I'm not about my business because I look a certain way. No, I am about my business. I have this, and that qualities about myself. So let's take out the looks. Yeah. Like, if you got to talk to me on the phone all day so you don't got to know what I look like, perfect.
Right.
But it's like, no, it's like that. At one point, I used to think my looks was all I had because that's what I was told. Yeah. And now it's like being able to show up as the girl that I want to be, like, be able to talk to people and demand a certain amount of respect without arguing because my whole life I was trained to argue. Like you got to be literally a shark. Like if somebody play with your money, you got to fight. If somebody play with your hours, you got to fight. If somebody play with you on the thing, you got to fight. You got to fight for customers. You got to fight for you got to fight, and you got to come off very aggressive. I don't no longer want to be aggressive. I want to be professional, but demand respect. Yeah. And it's a very that transition is difficult. Like sometimes I'm like, what do I say? What do I do? How do I go about this? Like, I know I'm a woman in a male dominated industry. How do I demand this type of respect? And it's hard. It's
a very fine line between demanding respect and coming off aggressive. And people always throw women, especially on the aggressive side. Oh, she aggressive. She problematic. No, you thought you was going to try to play me, and I had to put my foot down and let you know I am not to be played with. I am not one of them. And I had to start, I had to forgive myself for thinking that I was aggressive. And it's like, no, you owe yourself an apology because you're demanding what was yours. So I had to prepare myself as a woman, and I had to start showing up in certain ways, even down to the way I dress, the way I speak, things like that, because it's like, no, you're going to hear me, and you are going to understand I am not one of them. Period.
That, yeah. Even so the way I show up to like, even how she said, like, you show up as who you want to be. There is nobody in my office. Zero. I could dress in sweatpants and slides every day if I wanted to. Yeah. I literally put on business professional clothes, business casual clothes, because if I show up the way I want to feel, I will act in that.
Dress for success is a real thing.
For sure.
Dress for success.
I feel like when I'm dressed a certain way, I stand on business.
Yeah.
I know when I'm dressed a certain way, my money is different.
What?
We learned
that's the same way they always say, like, if you get your hair done, when you look good, you feel good. But that's how it goes in life, period. Like, if you dress a certain way, you're going to demand a certain presence. Like, the same way, I know the bar thing, but if you go to the bar in your business casual look, business people are going to approach you. Right. Oh, hey, what are you doing?
You're one of us.
You're one of us. That's how it looks. And now if you go and like how we look right now, baseball cap in there, then they going that way. They going over there. They going to sit next to Shorty that got on her heels and she got her iPad out. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when you look the part, you feel the part, and you attract a part.
So, I feel like this year a trend that was very big was soft girl era, right?
2 years. 2 years. That was last summer too.
Still don't know. What do you feel like soft girl era is to you?
Whew. That looks so different to me now.
It does.
What I saw soft girl era to be was taking a back seat and kind of letting a man like treat you and like cater to you and things like that. However, I feel like you cannot sit in your soft girl era until you are actually a soft girl. It's not you just like, all right, I'm gonna just let like men do this, that, and the third for me. No. And then being a soft girl, you need to tap into your own femininity. A lot of women, especially aggressive women, don't know how to find that softness, right? And if you do, it's just like, I need a man to bring it out of me. No, you don't. So as a woman, you need to figure out how to balance aggression, I guess, and femininity, or masculinity and femininity. And once you learn to balance that, you can truly sit in your soft girl era, because what you're looking for a man to provide to you is different. Okay, what you provide to yourself, how you show up is different. So I don't think it's like, I don't know. I just look at it as like real self-work. If you want to be a soft girl, it's not how somebody trick off on you or how spoiled you can be.
That's what it is.
And
really
that's what
on the internet.
So, and I was going to say the same thing. I feel like the trends of soft girl era, it's trips and going out to eat and these luxury items and all the, and that it's all this soft girl era. But the real soft girl era is how you said, like, tapping into what is making you soft. Now, I will speak for myself. I struggle with masculine energy often because, again, I have to be a certain way. I have to, and even masculine and feminine energy goes back to when you're a kid, but that's a lot deeper. So you have to do certain things. This year, I dedicated a year into tapping into my femininity. You're
doing so good.
You know that word? Tapping into being softer to myself, because I'm very hard on myself. And although I'm still hard on myself, I'm still very, like, I'm learning how to be soft and accepting of certain things. Like, this was the first year I went on vacation and I didn't take control of the entire trip. I just showed up. Yeah. And that's hard for me. Because masculine energy is like you taking control and you're aggressive and you're all these things. And this year it's like I'm learning how to be just softer on myself. Like, I want to be delicate. I want to be all these things. And even how we said with like showing up and how you dress, and those play a part.
I started dating myself, y'all. And people say it and it sounds so cliche, but like I incorporated self-care into my regimen. This one, I got a massage every 4 weeks. Because it's one of those things like...
Why I FaceTimed this morning and she was like, yeah, the package. I'm like, where are you? She was like, massage envy. I'm like, you is a real adult.
But that's really like, that's my form of self-care. Like, certain things are maintenance for me. Certain things is self-care. But it's just like, these are things I want in my life. I deserve certain things. Certain things we're taught is like, oh, it's a luxury to have those things. No, I can work. I work hard enough. I have $80 a month for somebody to get the knots out of my body and for me to relax for a fucking hour. And that's a part of me being soft. Like,
and I also feel like, going off of that, is like, I feel like a lot of people are requiring things that they can't obtain on their own.
Right. That's not soft.
Like more like social media driven though. A lot of this is social, like the soft girl era thing is like social media driven, because I thought of soft girl era the same way you did. Like, oh, a man gonna take care of me, make me feel soft. I could be a passenger princess. That's what I initially thought it looked like. But then when you do the work, it's like, my aggression, my anger is what I need to work on to make me soft. Right. That's the part of me that is not soft. Right. It has nothing to do with a man. It's me. Right. It's me doing self-work. Like, why am I so aggressive? Why am I so mean? I know I say I'm mean all the time. Why am I so mean? What can I do for my mother to stop calling me her mean child? Right. You know what I'm saying? That is what I need to work on to be soft. It has nothing to do with a man.
It has that is like the added bone.
Yeah, it's the added bone. Because now when I show up for a man, I'm already soft.
I'm soft, and then you know how to soften me even further. Not for nothing. A man that can bring me down from 50 to 100. I mean, from 50 to 20. Calm me down. Blah, 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 blah. Why are you yelling?
I said I had it. I was a couple weeks ago. I was going through something, and I didn't feel like I was taking it out on this person. Right, but they was like, "Can you talk for a minute?" And it was like, not for nothing. I feel like you're taking out what you're going through on me. And I see it in the way you're speaking to your child, and I see the way you maneuvering around. Like, you need to take a minute, you need to reflect, and you need to relax. And I was like,
to handle you with care. And
that's the thing, you didn't get weird.
You with care.
You didn't get weird. You didn't yell at me.
Yeah.
You didn't scream. You didn't just like, I'm not talking to her for 3 days. Like, you checked me in the calmest way. And I melted behind that.
And now from here,
and then he said, I'm going to call you back. I said, babe. Because now, like, that made me sore.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm already, so the aggression in me and the constant need to feel like I need to be aggressive, or I need to be mean, that is what I need to work on to be soft. It has nothing to do with a man.
We were taught to be that aggression is protection, like,
which is fine.
And that, like, the way we were taught is like, if you're too nice, people are gonna take advantage.
But then it's like, where do you channel it, right? Because I don't have a problem showing up stern in business, right?
So like, it goes back to what you said as far as like you being in a male-dominated industry. Some of the things that I have done is a lot of it revolved around men. So a guy told me, he was like, yo, you act like a hairstylist, like you need your money up front. I said, and I do, because if you were dealing with a man, I wouldn't have these issues with you. You would have paid him and did what you had to do instead of giving me the song and dance, wanting me to provide a service to you, instead of just saying, yo, like, how much you charge? What's the fees? You don't do that. You like, yo, I heard you know how to do this. Could you do it for me? You're not asking my pricing. If I did do it just off the strength, then I'm waiting and I'm like kicking the door down to get mine. And that's not fair to me as a female. So yeah, we do have to show up aggressive sometimes. And it's not fair.
Right. And it's not. But
I definitely feel like as women, we have so many more disadvantages.
Like, we literally kicking doors down.
Power, told y'all. So, if you have not seen Renaissance,
I'll probably do that today.
And that's but that's what it is, where it's just like, I am not comfortable incorporating somebody else into my life as a priority as I'm learning this. Like, I got to get this shit down pat.
That's true.
Like, I'm onto something. I feel myself changing. I see things about me changing. I like it. And when I do incorporate somebody into my life for real, I want to be the best version of myself as possible.
I feel like I expect the same. It's like, because I still am incorporating dating while trying to maneuver these changes I'm going through. And it's like, I'm struggling in the sense of, why are you tripping? Because the old you wouldn't have tripped about this.
Everything is going to trigger you until you master it.
Yeah. I feel like now dating is baggage.
I'm a ball of triggers at this point.
I feel like right now, for like when you're trying to figure yourself out, because I'm going through this figuring myself out stage 2, and it's like dating for me right now is baggage. Because I can't, like, now I have something else to focus on that has nothing to do with the end goal. You kind of just showed up, and now I'm prioritizing you in a sense. But now it's taken away from the end goal. So, like, for me, it's like, okay, I'm dating, but if dating right now doesn't work for me, I know for a fact that I have to shut that down. Dating has to take a step back in 2024 for me. Because it's literally baggage. And then now you have to explain to them why I don't have time, or look, listen, I'm going to be busy for the next couple of days. So if you don't hear from me or you reach out to me, like, now I have to do, like, it's a lot of extra work.
But that's the thing. And it is work. And I'm not saying relationships and dating should be work. Because you're consistently getting to know a person and growing and evolving and things like that. The question is, honestly, do I feel like going to work? Do I feel like putting in the work right now? I don't. And I'm very clear about that, because I'm not about to waste my time or somebody else's time, because it's like, I'm not willing to shift these 3 priorities. I don't even know if I can make you top 5 right now. But when I'm willing to shift them, then maybe I'll start dating when it's in.
You know what, Britt?
Yes.
I think today, when I finish doing what I got to do, I think today I'm going to go home on my whiteboard. Yeah, I know I got a magic whiteboard. I'm going to put down my top 3 priorities.
Really good idea.
I think I'm going to do that today, because this is not like off air. We had this conversation about the top 3 priorities and how you're not willing to shift. And I think you said if you can't fit in the top 3, because like if you might fall number 5 is what you said, right?
Yes.
So I need to put down my top 3 priorities in order and not think about it. I need to just do it, because if you don't fall, or if it doesn't fall within those top 3, and I have to do some shifting in my life.
That will help you as well, because you're learning how to be more selfish. And I feel like if you always remember your priorities, you will become more selfish. Because it's like, does this help me in what I'm trying to prioritize? And if the answer is no, it would be a lot easier for you to start answering no.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you a secret. I actually have 2 SIM cards. Like I have a whole nother, like a SIM card with one phone, and I'm going to keep it that way because there's going to be days when I swap that SIM card and only 3 or 4 people can get to me for the day.
Yeah.
Like that's just how that's going to be.
And that's how it works for you.
You should do it.
But that's a part of it. Like, honestly, Shanice, like, even if it might be very selfish. You be like, my top 3 priorities are me, my son, my finances, whatever. There's nobody else in that top 3. Granted, you don't have to dismiss everybody else, but if it comes to me choosing over these top 3 and you, I'm sorry, one of these things is coming first. Whatever it is, but that's how, like, you cannot show up for other people if you're fucked up yourself or you don't feel like one of these 3 things is in order. And that's okay.
I feel like that's a really good...
Homework. I'm doing homework today.
I can agree. Like, I should do that as well because it's like as much as I structure certain things, I definitely knock down other things to make certain things fit.
It's so much easier to knock them down because you
you're
don't
like,
have anything on your list.
It's
so
okay.
it's like, if it's not up there already, because I know, like, I'm going to prioritize my son, I'm going to prioritize work, I'm going to prioritize my website, I'm going to prioritize, like, I have all these things that I'm saying I'm going to prioritize, but nothing is set in stone.
But you know, there can be, like, categories and subcategories.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, so it's like finances, you can, like, finances, and then how you said, finances go subcategory is, like, my website, my business, like this.
And that gives you a blueprint through life for however long as you need it to.
Because that goes back to like last week when we were talking about how you are a planner. That is the start for me. Like prioritizing my schedule. I'm gonna put my top 3 priorities and then I'm going to plan through them. So this is my top 3 priorities. These are the what is
subcategories?
Subcategories. I'm gonna put my 3. Like,
I can't say femininity, so there's that.
my three. I'm gonna put like, okay, let's say I'm not gonna do my son. My son falls under me. Whatever happens with me happens with him. But I am gonna plan for him. So now it's just like, okay, let me now plan for my priorities, and that is going to be the start of me finding balance in the chaos that's in my head.
Yes, 100%.
Teaching. You be spitting.
I mean. It's because it's Sunday.
It's a long day.
You got the wheels turning today. Like, okay, it makes sense.
Yo, I don't care how many times. Even I was gonna say it while we were talking about it. We happen to talk about relationships. Relationships, whether they're romantic or platonic, are very big areas in your life because they can either influence you or they can steer you the wrong way. Right. So the fact that you're seeing Shanice and Brittany met through me. But obviously we have our own friendship and we're all motivating each other. Like, you know, Shanice is like now meeting different people that are opening different things in her brain. And that's why we said, you know, a week, 2 weeks already that not having friends is a red flag because you have nobody to motivate you. You have nobody to help you navigate through life. You have like, honestly, I would 1,000% be lost without my friends.
100%.
1,000%.
I completely agree. I completely agree. I've had the dudes have come and gone, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, who put you back together? Who's talking to you through certain relationships?
And that's
it's your friends giving you perspective through life, relationships, work, everything like that. It's other like-minded females that are giving you perspective from their experiences, and then you start thinking about it, be like, shit, like if I look at it this way, or shit, I might have been overreacting and things like that. And it's just, like I said, whether it's 2 people, 8 people, however many friends you have, like female friends and sisterhood is so important.
And that's why I feel like I won't say I did it completely, but I did put my friends in like, I put my friends in the back seat when I was in a relationship. And then it's like, that relationship didn't work, and now I put y'all back in the front seat. And that's wrong. Like, that was wrong of me. And I'm grateful that my friends stuck beside me to know that it was just a phase. But I will never do that again because it's like how you said, no matter who comes and goes, this is forever. And y'all are helping me navigate through it. So, yeah, I might get married, and that is my forever. You know, you're supposed to prioritize your husband to be number one. But regardless, I will never turn my back on the people that were there through everything. And I feel like as women, how we always say, like, men do dating so much better than us because they don't forget about their friends. They don't forget about anything, but we do.
Because we prioritize our men above our friends. But men make time. Because that's their piece.
Want to be there.
We always want to be there. Yeah, that friend group. That's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
That's a whole nother conversation.
And I think we done talked through.
Yeah.
JoJo, we done? We got, how much time we got?
Well, on the money.
We got like 4 minutes though of cut out, so whatever.
We can keep going.
Nah, but no.
So you want to talk for 4 minutes? Like, no, we got 4 minutes. So
we pretty much right at an hour, but. Okay, I got some homework to do today. I hope that.
I feel like we are going into 2024 great.
I feel like we are too. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I am so excited for our New Year's Eve episode, and I be trying not to give little like.
Me too. I almost said my word. I almost said my word.
Right. I am so excited.
I really got to think about my word because the word I thought I was gonna choose, I don't know if I want to choose it.
I don't think you want to choose it either.
I don't think I'm ready for that.
I don't think so either. Not that kind of word. 2025.
I got time. I got some growing to do.
Oh my God. But yeah, like, I'm so excited for that episode.
Too.
I feel like you said, we are leaving this year on a different note, definitely, than when we came in, even from when the podcast started.
For sure.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Even like last week, like our meeting, it's like it's showing growth in mindset, business, personal. Like, we are growing in all aspects. And it's like, no matter how much, like, there's certain things, we'll talk about the business meeting a little bit. There's certain things we critique about ourselves. So if you saw, and we are going to keep every single episode because it shows growth. Like, you don't start being perfect.
Yeah.
And nothing is perfect. It's how they say, like, Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, there has been times where we have checked our phones on camera. There has been times where we were easily distracted or our recording wasn't up to par. We just out here winging it, no topics, no nothing. And we still kind of wing it, but now we're getting structure. So it's like you can look back and be like, wow, like, this is possible for me too because look how much they've grown. They didn't start off perfect. And that was me and Shanice's problem when we first started. We felt like we need to be super perfect. If you go back to our first episode, we look like Who Did It and Ran because no makeup, robes on.
I think you had a satin robe.
Yeah, hair disaster, no lashes. Like, it was a lot going on. But Giovanni forced us out of our comfort to put that out. And it was like, this is as raw and real as it's going to get. We are not perfect, and we just showing up.
Yeah.
We're showing up, and we're doing something that we just said we wanted to do. And it might not be perfect, but we're trying. Yeah. And every time I watch our episode, I'll be like, that's my favorite episode.
I'm like so excited for today's episode.
I'm like, that's my favorite episode. And then the next one comes out, I'm like, and that's my favorite episode.
I just said that. I be watching like this skinny grit.
Like when I leave here and I go get in my car, I'm putting it up because I cannot wait to watch.
I do the same thing. I
cannot wait. Like I'm like I think I'm our biggest fan. I'm like,
but it just shows so much growth because, like I said, every week I'm like, yep, this is my favorite one, and then we beat it every week. So it's like, yo, that's growth. That's like,
I don't care if we're the only 3 views, period. Like, and
I love it. Because
no.
at this point, it's like, and I feel like that's why a lot of podcasts do fail, or a lot of things do fail, is because y'all doing it for others. Y'all doing it to fulfill somebody else. Like, oh, what are they gonna think? And Shanice said something the other day, and I was like. At first, I was taken back by it. She was like, if this feels like a job, I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, well, what is a job? Because at the end of the day, we do have to have structure. Like, we do got to treat it like something. She's like, I will never do something to fulfill what somebody else wants.
Right.
I said, I 1,000% agree. Because at the end of the day, you're going to show up. We are all showing up as our authentic self.
We're going to keep it that way. Somebody said to me yesterday, like, I'm happy that you found a safe space. That you can go and talk about things that you never felt comfortable talking to anybody else about. And I'm like, and I'm actually, here
we go with the fucking crying.
It was like, like, it's things that you never felt comfortable
so important. Oh my God.
I gotta stop talking.
It was like, things that you never felt comfortable speaking to any dead serious. Oh my gosh. Right, so it was like, these are things that you never really felt comfortable enough to speak to anybody else about. Because if you know me, like Kim, you always tell them like, oh, I shut down immediately. So it's like, yo, you're actually dealing, like confronting things, and you found a safe space. So it's just like, and I did with my girls. Like, this is important. And
but we're also becoming other people's safe space.
Right.
Like,
let me tell y'all the I feel you, sis. Those be my favorite comments. Like, yes, I am your sis. Like, we are your sisters.
Yo,
like,
I was reading our comments yesterday, and somebody was like, she is me and I am her. I'm like, that's mad cute.
I love
like,
that.
This girl DM'd me and was saying,
oh yeah, your DM the other day. That was
like,
deep.
My friend is going through a breakup, and she was like, and the podcast is really helping her through it.
Oh my
and
God,
she was like,
me cry.
and then she said something about because rope and receipts. I said, not the R&R.
Not the R&R.
I was like, okay. And that's why we got into it. It was just like we would have these conversations off camera, offline, or whatever, and it'd be like, we can help somebody, even if we help one person. Like, we know we're not the only ones that think like this. We know we're not the only ones that go through, and it's just like, all right, like,
life.
yeah, this is literally real life. And
I'm
you see
glad
it from
that we
three
relatable.
Different perspectives.
Oh wow.
Like, even
that warms
like,
my heart.
You know, I'm over it. Okay,
you know, the crying is emotional cancer. Yeah, big cancer
See?
energy. See,
it's there.
you're definitely giving cancer energy.
Wow.
Next episode, I'm not crying. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, this is definitely a journey and a walk I can't wait to take with y'all, because we are less than 6 months in. Now, you know, but like, we less than 6 months in. Imagine what we gonna become the summer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people we are
may
gonna
have
help.
a studio at that point.
We're gonna be on tour. Like,
Okay, big birthday.
Coming to a city near you.
Drake buying them Birkins, y'all. I'm
Just to see
standing
where
on that.
we are in the summer. I'm
Right.
excited for.
Me too. I'm
That'd
excited.
be
I'm so
crazy.
excited. All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Right.
But
JoJo over us. Sorry, JoJo.
It's football.
It's
okay.
football Sunday.
We gotta go. But yeah, so you know, like, comment, subscribe, leave us comments. We definitely do see y'all. If I don't respond, she'll respond. If she doesn't respond, Britta respond.
No way.
We are definitely paying attention to y'all. So
I'm just gonna say, the reason why I don't respond, I have 3 Instagrams I gotta keep up with. It's actually 4. It's very stressful.
yeah, but we're there. We see y'all.
You'll always see Britt Barr.
Yeah, you gonna see
what
me
you
too.
said? What you got to say?
But we will see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.